Welcome back to the Share It All podcast. I'm your loving and growing coach, Joy the Growth Coach, and thank you for tuning in today. I want to give a big shout out to Lit 21 and Black Monday for holding us for another fourth podcast episode. I also want to introduce my new co-host that is a part of the JWP brand, Roldy. He was on my first Share It All podcast when we did with Lit 21 and we did a Black Monday. It was on Black Love, and I just thought all the things that kind of went on from that episode, he was the perfect person to come back and also just be a business consultant. So let's give it a round of applause for Roldy real quick. And before I turn this over to, Goodfellas, I want to just say thank you guys for extending the courtesy to be here. Also sharing your knowledge on topics that we want to talk about today. And just being who you are. Y'all are definitely shaping the culture, and I just am looking forward to the conversation that we have today. So give it a round of applause for Goodfellas, and let's get into that. So I want to give space and time to just ask y'all how y'all are, introduce yourselves, and just give a little background to who and what y'all are. So I'm gonna let y'all go.
All right, bet. Well, my name is Jigga from the Goodfellas. Goodfellas and Co., as well as Goodfellas podcast. I'm one of the founders. That's really it. Keep it simple.
My name is Anthony Johns. I'm part of Goodfellas. I'm also a professional boxer. They call me Big Back, 6-0, 5 knockouts. My next fight is actually Saturday.
Congrats.
Argentina. I leave Wednesday. I'm here to represent my city, my state, my people.
That's what I'm talking about. That's nice. My name B Low. One of the people inside the group. We also do the pod. Well, of course, now y'all know. But other than that, yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, I'm a part of the Goodfellas podcast as well.
My name is Ron.
Wait, make sure. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, my name is Ron. Obviously, I'm a Goodfella, host and co-producer of the Goodfellas podcast. Just ready to pod with y'all.
So I'm definitely glad to hear from y'all today. I'm excited to have all four of y'all because at first I thought I was going to have three. But it's kind of cool that it worked out. So I want to first start off with, I guess today's topic, we're going to introduce it right now. I want to talk about seasons of change because I'm in this stage of my life where I guess I'm going through a season of change and everybody navigates it differently. And I know when me and Jigga were talking and even Monica, we were talking about what do we want to discuss today. I said we're all about to enter into a new season. Literally the season's about to change in a matter of days. But y'all are ending a season, which our last event, right? Because y'all were doing it for 5 years. I never got to attend. I'm sorry, my bad. But I'm so excited to hear kind of more about that and what was the mindset behind this change and how it kind of influenced y'all. So anybody can start telling me what started it, what stopped it, and how is that really impacting y'all mentally and all that?
So what started Henny Day, actually started Henny Day, one of the other founders of the group, Marcus Araya, he had a song that he dropped was called Henny Dance, and he wanted to have a video shoot, music video for it. So we shot the video in my backyard. It was a good turnout, and then we was people started asking for it, so we was all right, let's continue it. And that's how it started. What I won't say, it's never the death to Henny Day. Things are coming, but it's just that chapter.
Why you downplaying that backyard?
Don't downplay.
Why you downplaying that backyard? How many people was in that backyard?
Yeah, that backyard, it was very crazy.
Put a number on it.
I'll say 700.
700 people in a backyard?
And a little.
Wait, time out. 700. Wait, what backyard is this? Y'all got a parking lot as a backyard?
Honestly, his backyard not even that big. So just know he squeezed 700 people in the backyard, and it was vibes. It wasn't even one of the you know how sometimes you go to a place and it's y'all just all standing there, it's cramped up, it's just you there. Nah, it was vibes the whole time.
The whole time.
It's crazy that he was able to pull it off. I don't think that they knew the capacity that it was gonna be at first. It was more so of let's just do it. Marcus had the song out, It was just timing. Feel me? But
When we think about it, it really is all Marcus' fault because
yeah, honestly,
he goes and drops it on Facebook and says it to everybody, and it was just like,
I think we should basically say Marcus is the reason for Henny Day.
Yeah.
Like Marcus Araya is the one that made Henny Day. Let's say
Yeah.
I'm putting a
yeah,
stamp
we
on
can
that.
stamp, we can stamp that.
Okay.
Definitely stamp that.
I'm still not past how y'all have a backyard and there's 700.
It was the fact that like, all right, so my neighbors we share a driveway.
He does the
And,
same thing on our
it's
podcast. He doesn't talk
it's
to the mic.
It's a backyard on their side. So basically, everybody was in my backyard and their backyard, and we figured it out.
He took over somebody's backyard,
Yeah.
pretty much.
and nobody shut this down. Like the cops never shut this
My
down.
mother shut it down, actually.
Hear me out. That I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
my mother shut it down. Actually, it got a little crazy.
You gonna say why?
Somebody broke my toilet. Like somebody broke my toilet downstairs in the downstairs apartment, and my mother was over it. She was like, "Yeah, I did too much." She shut it down. Yeah, that's how it happened. That's literally how it happened.
I ain't mad at it.
It's still crazy.
Wow.
It's still crazy that a toilet, like out of all things that you would think would break at a party, somebody's house, you
A
would think,
toilet is the thing that breaks.
like a toilet, out of all things.
I
But-
mean, I'm kind of not surprised though.
I
Like,
will-
if you got multiple people using the bathroom, like,
Here's the thing too. They only like it really was only Henny being served. It
Yeah.
wasn't a touch of anything
Yeah,
else.
anything else,
It was
yeah.
only Henny, gallons,
Yeah.
fifths.
Yeah,
it was
bad. It was
only
bad.
Henny.
were y'all at the time sponsored by Henny or anything like that? No, like,
Nah,
No.
it was all for a video shoot. He had the song Henny Dance, and then that's what it was. So it was only Henny back there.
And at the time, that was really just the lifestyle. Like we was really just drinking Henny. Like
I mean, Henny nowadays, it hurts. The idea of Henny gets to my chest, but that's besides the point. Back then, I could definitely understand.
I will say though, I'll speak for me, and I know like some people can agree. Henny be doing your stomach bad, so it kind of makes sense where you had a party full of strictly Henny and the toilet being done up. Like, I'm just gonna say that somebody was letting their soul out, and they couldn't. Like,
it's a laxative for sure.
yeah,
It's definitely a laxative.
Tuh.
Well, cleanse.
But that was that. We just felt like we all growing as like men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all came together in like a random way, just like all being friends in life in different ways and shit like that. So we was just like, what's next? And it was like that chapter for us that passed us, and that was really it.
Also, I want to say too, because he's also part of the podcast. Our DJ One Up. He's in the building, but yeah, shout out to One Up. He's part of the podcast. He's also shaking the tables whenever you see him, especially at our events. And he was shaking the table there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like One Up. I ain't gonna hold you. Like after meeting One Up, I've got a feel for music with understanding like how DJs are. Cause at first I just thought it's not hard, just play music. Feel me? But it takes into
There's
like,
a concept.
Yeah, like feel me? You got to think
gets
of
in
how you gonna keep everybody in tune. How you gonna basically go into the next song without it being like the transitions and all that. So he was there shaking the table, and then like Jigga just basically said that as we went along, it was progression. If you like been to any of our Henny Days or watched any of the stories or videos, you'll see how we went to growth from taking that backyard to taking it to like an actual spot, and then just keep leveling up each event. And then we just finally came to it like, yo, look, we're getting at that point. I'm touching, well, I already touched it. I'm at 30, feel me? So it's like,
The number out there.
yeah, I ain't got no shit, but
Oh, y'all all in your 30s?
Boy, stop lying. Stop lying.
No, I was gonna
Why
say
you
it's
so
only me.
mindful?
I'm saying it's only me and B-Lo. It's only me and him. Wait, no. Oh shit. That nigga, he 32.
yeah.
So you're
30s.
you're still in your 20s. So he's still. Oh wait, no. Okay, so we the youngest for the first time. Wow.
It's the first time for everything.
First time for everything. Typically, I mean, I'm always the youngest, but wow.
Yeah, so
I mean, I accept the fact that I'm young.
How old are you?
I want you to take a guess.
all right, let's all take a guess, and then
Okay.
when you get to you, You tell us your age. all right?
Okay. You can guess his age too. Go ahead.
Oh, we gonna throw you in there too. All right, bet. And whoever before you say the age, I want you to say
I'm not
who's
gonna
the
say to
closest.
everybody.
I want you to say who's
Okay.
the closest. Who hit on it now.
Go ahead.
Let me see your eyes real quick.
I'm gonna go.
What eyes gotta do with
I'm
it?
gonna go.
He got speed crows. He got
25.
25. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, no.
And
I
then
feel
what's
like
his
I feel like
age?
he's like a year older. I'm gonna go 24, 25.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 24, and
Okay.
I'm gonna give you. I'm going younger for you. I'm gonna go 23.
23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shh. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
I'm going 27 and 28.
Okay. And where you going?
Yeah, you graduated?
No. Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. It's a trick
I wasn't
question.
gonna answer.
Okay. I was gonna say that's a trick question. Answer the
You can just do the
question.
math. Like, come on now.
Answer the question, sir.
26. 26. 27.
Truth be told, both of them.
Yeah. So I'm 25. I'll be 26 in October. He just
I'm
turned
26.
26
She talking
in
about bad
February.
guesses.
So the fact that you said he was younger, I find that funny because
Nah, I went with younger because I'm like it be those type of things where it's like you never would have thought. So I'm
Nah.
like, you know what? Let me just say he's probably younger.
It's because I'm dark skinned, man. You just like them.
I'm typically the youngest out of a majority of my friends, so I just accept it. But no, thank you for guessing though. But
Wait. You said you're 25, right?
I'll be 25 in October. I'll be 26.
So you wanna know what's crazy? You couldn't even get inside Henny Day on the first one.
Yeah, I was probably what 19.
Yeah. First Henny Day started 2017.
Yeah, I was 29.
2017.
So I was 19, turning 20 in October.
Trying to sneak in.
I would have been able to sneak in. Let's really hate to say it. Let's really be honest
They
for a
still
quick
ID
second.
her. She still got ID.
So do you. Stop.
I still do.
Let's really think about it. Women typically can get in for free.
Give me where?
Most places, I hate to say it, women still can get in places for free just for being pretty. Let's not sit here and lie.
I mean, pretty privilege is a real thing.
I
It's
say
a
that
real thing.
depends though.
On what?
Depends on where you going.
Not at Henny Day?
Exactly.
Well, the backyard. Yeah, it's the backyard, but
But if it's Henny Day, pretty
Nah.
privilege don't work?
nah, hell no.
It's so nice that you think that.
Absolutely not.
There's a lot of places I
Anybody
hate.
under 21, you cannot come to any day. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know what? As a business, I appreciate you saying that. But if you really want to keep it a bean, most girls is gonna be like, "We hear you." Then we get to the door and something else happens. It's the truth.
Respectfully, I hear
Res-
you. I hear you too.
So, but I
Y'all
respect
y'all
it
can
as a
try.
business. I respect it as a business,
Y'all can try.
but it's slightly the truth.
So, Joy, I just got a question before we actually dive in. What,
Okay.
Like, how did you start your podcast?
Okay, so it's funny. 4 years ago, I started my business because I went through my own mental health struggles in college, and I realized like there's not a space for Black individuals and brown individuals to talk about like their mental health and things like that. Because I have friends and I love my best friends to death, but I never talked about like things that were bothering me, and like I didn't have those safe spaces. Not saying my friends didn't create them, but I just didn't have them. So. And along that journey of creating my business, I realized that like there's not a space for us to even just talk and like even just get these tools. So then I wanted to create a documentary called Share Your Story. And I went to my producer, shout out to Livingston. And I was like, yo, like I need you to help me put this together. So we started shooting it, and then COVID happened. And then I was trying to figure out, like, okay, eventually I'm gonna get back into doing this. And then everybody kept saying, do a podcast, do a podcast. And I was like, I'm not doing a podcast. I don't know why y'all keep trying to tell me to do this. And eventually I gave in. Because I was like, all right, well, in a sense, I'm already sitting down doing these conversations with anybody anyways. But it's just like, it's not in a podcast like form. It was just like in a regular interview type thing. And then I wanted to follow the life of people. But I'm like, are people gonna really do a documentary like our generation and really understand it and really care about it? So no, then I transitioned into doing a podcast in 2021. And then I named it Share It All because it's kind of the baby to like Yeah. So share it all basically is the same thing, but like it's these real ass conversations that you could have. And I wanted to feel like you're having a conversation with a life coach, that's your best friend, but then also like just talking about life, culture, things that like, you know, are impacting you immensely, things that are going on and like the culture that really is cool, but like let's really look at it from 3 different types of perspectives. So that's
I feel like that's kind of like how we started the podcast with just like, you know, like at that time, at that point, at that year, we was just like on some like, let's start putting the audio behind what we're doing on a daily basis. You know, like it started like on some fun shit, just like us talking our shit, just talking about whatever was going on, different topics. But I don't want to speak just for myself, but I know like we started treating each Sunday like that was our mental health day. Like that's the day like we actually got to like sit down, talk amongst our brothers about whatever it is, whatever we want to talk about, whatever we feel we gotta get off our chest. I feel like that's kind of like the reason why
you and this mic, bro. We
look forward to like Sundays is because we actually get to sit down, talk about whatever was on our mind and shit like that. So that's just me.
You and this mic, I really want to
still
fight
turned
you.
down.
Like literally.
Listen,
I was talking to him.
we tell him every podcast about this.
And y'all let
week.
him lead?
Listen,
He's your lead. And the mic thing, that would kill
I'm
me.
so used to it being right here, so I'm sorry for turning. But yeah.
I just really would just be like, yo, put the mic if you gotta put it in between your legs, like just so it could be right in front of you. Like I'm just like, I don't know what to say at this point. Like, don't mean it like that, but like, bro, like, here. But no.
Don't worry, we're gonna monitor him at well.
No, I got you. But it's kind of, I really do like the fact that y'all talked about like kind of was a day for like all 4 of y'all to come together and have a conversation, because I think that within mental health and like Black men, it's so pushed under the rug. And that was another reason why I wanted to start my podcast, because I feel like there's not a lot of safe spaces for Black men. And I have 2 guy best friends. Obviously, one sitting here. I've been best friends with him for 15 years, and I need him to talk more often, so I got to kind of give the reins over him. But
Y'all really best friends, or y'all was?
no, that is my brother. My mother raised him. my brother raised him.
That's not even
No, my mother raised him. My mother raised him from 6th grade on.
Word?
6th grade on.
That's love. That's love.
You got a man?
Do I have a man?
Yeah, you.
No, she is single.
I had somebody, but like, you know, life goes on and seasons change, and
AKA you're single.
I am. And he has a girlfriend that I truly love.
I don't get it. You just answered the man's question.
I'm in the season of
That
change.
story like
how did I
I'm
do
in the
this?
season of change.
say
I'm,
no.
My girl out of this. He said,
I'm just like, look, no, because like people ask, like, that's the first question people ask. No, I don't have a nigga, but he got a girl and I love his girl. Very simple. But
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm in a season of change. Now, if you were asking me last podcast episode, I would have said something differently, but season of change.
Life be lifing.
Oh, yeah.
It be like that.
But nah, I like that. I like that y'all already have a connection, because honestly, that's the best way when you're doing a podcast with somebody. Because I've seen like people do podcasts where they just found someone that they like cool with or whatever, and just added them on, and the energy don't flow as well as somebody that you like are really connected with, in a sense. So like all of us being cool, it's like we know how to gel without saying much. We know how to like say something and know like he know what I'm talking about. Like it's a connection. I feel like, so. I think that's good though.
I got a question though. So y'all been friends for 15 years.
15
years,
long
right?
ass
How long you been with your girl?
2?
2 years, right? Is it a certain time where you feel like you can't call him, or your girl like, why is this bitch calling you this time of night?
No,
15 years.
no.
She could call you any time of the night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm saying like, if your shorty had a man best friend for 15 years, he could call her any time of the night.
Nah, no. No, I mean, yeah, of course. But the thing is, like, it all depends on the dynamic, though. Because let's be truthful now though, because even like for instance, is when you ask, are you guys actually best friends?
Yeah.
If you honestly pay attention, most women don't have guy best friends. Now, am I right or am I wrong? No, I'm not saying it's impossible. What I'm saying is that did you guys not see the stigma that he pointed out at first?
No, yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
And especially
No,
if they're
that's
beautiful. Like they think that like if a man has a beautiful best friend or anything like that, or she's attractive, like it's hard for them to be best friends.
What about the vice? I'm saying it can't go the other way around. What if the dude is like he outside and he a lit dude like, and he calling your phone at 1 in the morning? Yo, shit, busting over here. Where you at? Nah, we in the bed.
So would you?
I mean, I think it just depends.
Yeah. So another thing is that's also another thing.
Has the friendship
You have
changed
to,
over the years though? Like
in what
No.
term?
in terms of like when you got a girl, like
To a certain extent, yes. But at this, like, with all relationships, like if for example, if you actually do get in a relationship, of course you're not gonna do certain things that you would regularly when you have a girlfriend. So you have to set these boundaries.
Like
Like,
you can't-
okay. For instance, like I have a female best friend, and just like certain things that like I wouldn't do, like I'm gonna still spend time with my best friend, but like say if she wants to like get up and let's go get breakfast or let's go get lunch or whatever the case may be, I'm automatically gonna ask my girlfriend opposed to like.
okay, I'm not asking.
Wait,
I'm not
okay,
asking my
okay,
nigga
okay,
for
okay.
that. Like if I'm
Wait,
dating someone,
I think you guys are getting everything misconstrued because she's also friends with my girlfriend. So
Okay.
they
Yeah.
already know. They already have their
Yeah,
rapport.
I ain't
so
say
it's
that.
not.
But it's a difference though. When
Yeah, but the
like,
relationship had to develop though.
Yeah,
it
like-
was.
Yeah,
It
of
wasn't. It
course.
wasn't just Oh,
and like
they're best
anybody that
friends.
I've ever dated, like up front, I've let them know I'm like, oh, like I have 2 or 3 guy best friends, and they're looking at me like, so what that look like? And I'm just like, you're gonna have to see this dynamic in person. When I tell you, I get sunned.
Yeah, it's not.
The
it's,
minute
it's
they be
not
like, so, then goes like that, or it's just something wild. And I'm just like looking at them like, why? Like,
she's
why?
dragging it, but to a certain point, she has a point though. Like, she
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Respectfully, don't do
This
that.
the friendship showing right now.
Respectfully, don't do that. Don't do that.
You know what I mean? She's dragging it. Like,
I'm
y'all
not
fishy.
dragging
Nobody
it.
finna do that. Come on now, especially around her man's. Like, come on now.
Y'all
That's
fishy.
wild. Like,
Yeah.
as a guy, you gotta know there's certain boundaries. Like,
There's
if-
certain.
if-
You
if-
literally have sunned me multiple times.
I'm
Don't-
not.
Yes.
Oh,
Y'all being transparent. That's what I'm saying.
Negro.
Come on now.
There's certain ways you have
wild.
sunned me. Not like
if
not
it's-
in a-
if it's a new
okay,
nigga,
not in a-
sometimes you
not in a-
gotta-
not in a physical way all the time, but
no.
it's some of the things that he said that like they be like, oh, like y'all really siblings, like y'all really fight like
Yeah,
cats
like
and dogs.
like y'all know if y'all have siblings, you know how siblings quarrel. Like
Yeah,
it's
so
little
it's
petty shit like that.
literally like that.
Other than that,
Nah,
I know my boundaries. You feel me?
Yeah, he never goes
if I have
over
a-
that.
He knows his
If I have a
boundaries.
yeah, exactly. If I
I
have a shorty and then she got a man's best friend, I'm be like, all right, cool. Certain stuff you have to know it's certain stuff off limits. Like she's not gonna hit my phone up.
100%.
I only hit
In the
if I'm-
beginning of your friendship, right?
Go ahead.
Y'all met at an early age. You're attractive. I'm pretty sure you be like, oh, when you first
When
met
I was
her.
6th grade, I did not look through
Sixth
like
grade?
this.
Oh, y'all been friends since 6th grade?
Yes, that's why I said 15 years.
You motherfucker 6th grade.
sixth grade.
Sixth grade. Yeah, that's my little yeah right here.
G-Shit
booty tag.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that booty.
He like, wait, we did play booty tag one time.
Absolutely not.
Nah.
Absolutely not.
Nah, for real though.
Wait,
Like,
no, we ain't trying to fuck y'all shit up, but you know, it be like that.
nah, trust me, it's all shits and giggles. You
Yeah.
feel me?
But
But other
nah.
than that, like to a certain extent though, like no, like you
Bro,
you
man,
have to
sweat,
you have
what?
to huh?
I'm not gonna stop
He going to jail. Like if you
Yeah, I'm
if you
a
ever
jail.
watch our pod, he's going to jail this whole time. But
I mean that's cool.
nah.
You feel me? I
I
ain't
get it.
sensitive, so
My goddaughter mother is like my sister to me. Like that's my best friend. But like anytime I'm dealing with somebody, I like make it a thing of you need to know who this person is.
And boundaries.
Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, I
That's-
want
that's-
you
that's
to
all it is.
understand that it might be a time where she's coming to the house just randomly, or she's like just chilling, might stay the night here. Like, I need you to understand, like, we're locked in and we're never gonna cross that level.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like,
I don't agree with none of this. He
said,
doesn't
"Spend the
sleep
night."
over. Spend the night. That's where he's like, yeah, I was
Said,
cool.
Stay the night.
I'm saying, like,
Cool with everything up to that
I
part.
just saw his face. It was like, "Spend the
so
night."
I'm saying he
the
can't,
night
he wouldn't be able to
crazy.
come to your house and stay
So
the night.
has he ever spent the night? Yeah, but it was like, so it was actually the only time he's ever spent the night was after his college graduation, because we went to the city. No, well, he went
Yeah,
to
we
school in
got
Staten
fucked
Island.
up.
We
After
went to
my
Staten
graduation,
Island.
we was running this. We was
Yeah,
running
we was
Manhattan.
all- yeah.
We was
And
up
so
and
then
down.
by the time we got back, it was like
Brooklyn, We was
5?
everywhere.
But I'm saying, like, in a situation like that, it's not like, oh, just randomly I want to come stay the night, but like it's something circumstantial where it's like,
Yeah,
all right,
I mean,
Could happen.
yeah.
yeah, but that was like the only time.
And I ain't gonna lie, one best friend cool. You talking about I got 2, 3. Oh.
Okay, so my
Got 2,
other
3
best.
niggas?
So wait.
Got 2,
So
3 niggas your best friends?
my other best friend is his best friend, and I've known
Yeah,
him since
so-
I was in kindergarten.
So okay. We're missing a lot of
Context.
backstory. Context.
So,
yeah.
let me make
So
it a little
we,
easier.
We all were in the same friend group, and
Mm-hmm.
then another thing is we all played sports. We all did track, so we constantly saw each other. Like after.
I was a triple jumper. 100,
I'm a
200.
sprinter, bro. I'm 200 pounds. I ain't doing no 400. Niggas got me fucked up.
But no, I've known our other best friends since I was in kindergarten. Although, like, eventually I changed schools and whatnot, but they were always close. But yeah, like, we've all known each other since we were in elementary school. So it's never been no type of shit like that. Respectfully,
And
my mother.
respectfully, if it was, that's unspoken. Respectfully.
Respectfully, no.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, no. No.
I'm trying to shake the
No.
pot.
No.
That shit ain't never. We going to the grave with that shit.
Absolutely not.
Nah, it ain't nothing like that though. But on some G shit though,
No,
I
they-
honestly would encourage guys to have, like, female best friends.
Facts.
Because they could actually, I don't know, G
it's
shit.
facts,
No, dead ass. Because let's be real. Most niggas, if they have a woman as a friend, they do want to hit or clip or something like that. Yeah. There's usually underlying intentions. But besides that, yeah, like every time I have some type of issue with my shorty, I go to her, we chop it up, and then she gives me a woman's perspective. Because if you want to believe it or not, women and guys, we don't think
without each
alike.
other.
We have completely different viewpoints.
I agree with you, but I don't think like I feel like at a certain point or age, finding a new female best friend or male best friend is crazy.
I mean, this is the thing. I think it depends on
'Cause
like.
it's like how y'all getting that close.
Okay, so this is the
I see
thing.
what you're saying, but certain relationships you can't like. You
It
can't,
develops
ain't
over
no finding
time.
it. They your best friend for a reason. You
They
feel me?
develop
Yo,
over
those
time
days.
though. Like there's certain people like I've met like from when I started working. I started working at a low income school about about 5 years. Damn. I'm turning 26. So about 5 years ago, I started working at this low income school, and from that I developed a mentor and a friend from that opportunity, and like I've gained some great advice. And he was somebody I consider like we're not the same age, but we're close enough to know like things in life. And so I think it depends on how you meet people and whatnot.
No,
so like,
you right, cause like those.
and it's
depending-
also the level of maturity and also understanding like, the dynamic and having respect for people. So like, as long as you respect your relationship and you also respect the other person's relationship, I think the dynamic can work.
Yeah, no, I don't think it can't. I just be feeling like once you're in a relationship, your partner is gonna have a hard time seeing you get so close with someone, even if it's going to be on a friend level, because it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, as a female, I know she's gonna be like, where she come from, why y'all like so close. I feel like she might have secret intentions, like things like that. Same thing as a man, I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
So can I'm gonna ask
I feel
you
like
this
that's your
question.
work boyfriend.
Honestly speaking, though, seriously, when you think about it, while you're in a relationship, to gain a best friend is pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Not at our age.
See, y'all talking
At
about
our
gaining,
age,
but we're talking about relationships that was already established.
That
before
or
you
if
even
they
got in a
develop over.
relationship.
I'm talking about if they develop over time. I'm not saying like
that's the trick. I don't
no.
got
This is what I'm
girlfriends.
saying. Hear me out. Hear me out.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
I'm talking about,
It
okay.
ain't really the age.
Say you and Livingston was together, right? Y'all been together for two years.
Yeah.
please don't do that because I'm friends with his girl.
I'm just saying.
I'm friends with this girl, so
I'm just
let's
saying,
choose a
I'm just saying.
whole nother example.
Livingston said, keep me out of this. He said, keep me
Like, I'm friends with her girl.
I just
so
threw a
let's-
name. I'm sorry. I just threw a name. I just threw a name.
Listen, just sitting here chilling. Oh, wait, that's my name. He just minding his business in the spot.
Okay.
You could have just said a guy.
He got out of
Is that Livingston?
No,
that's Eric.
Sorry, sir.
But okay, say for instance you was with somebody for 2 years, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you met somebody that like you was generally cool with,
Uh-huh.
right? And then now you and Livingston been together for 2 years or whatever.
we
his
still-
I'm sorry. Alright. Y'all been together, and then now your partner starts seeing you with this person all the time. Y'all talking all the time. Your partner's thinking like, "Yo, why y'all get so cool out of nowhere?"
Okay, so this is the question that I have for you: is A, how the relationship developed. B, also, did you bring this person? Did you bring this person around your significant other? Also, did you take into consideration how your significant other feels about the relationship and whatnot?
But if
And then
you
on top
come
of-
out and tell your partner, y'all
You're not
just,
saying-
he
you-
never seen this person a day in his
Okay.
life, and just be like, "Yeah, this is my best friend now." How did this person graduate to be my best friend?
That's not
That's
how
right.
it works.
Then you gotta ask
That's
questions.
not
I'm
how.
sorry.
That's
Then
not
you
how
gotta
it
I
ask
works.
seen how you said it. You
That, like,
basically
this-
said like you gotta
Like it's not like
steps to
something.
approach
Yeah,
it,
like it's not
but-
like you. Oh, tomorrow I'm starting a new best friend relationship. Like we know each other today, and in about 6 months we're gonna be best friends. No, I'm saying this like it's a slow trodden walk because something that my pastor said. There, people in your life for a reason, season, sometimes for a lifetime. You can meet somebody any point in your life. Right, I can meet somebody tomorrow, and then they be in my life and in my walk with God or whomever for the next 30 years. And at the end of the day, like that person turns into your best friend over time. That don't mean that like, and then they could be there through your marriage. They could be there through you having kids, divorces, and all that. So at the end of the day, I don't sit here and say that like, oh, like because I know you since childhood and whatnot, that makes you better or stronger than any of the best friends I had like ever before in my life. That means like, have you walked with me when I've had nothing? Have you been there when like I had everything? Did I support you? Did you support me? Like, how do we take care of each other's mental health? How do we do whatever? And that's developed over time. So, and also,
That title's earned.
yeah, and that's something I've even had to learn, to be truthfully honest,
title's
even
definitely
being friends with them. Like that title had to be earned. I called them my brothers. I don't even call them my best friends. I call them my brothers because they've been there through me, through families passing, through me getting through college, me going through things within my life.
Even helped her get through college.
Duh, literally as we speak. So,
That's a solid nigga.
no, like
That's somebody that you like.
Yeah.
However y'all dynamic is in y'all friendship, that's somebody. If y'all dynamic like that, that's somebody you need to keep around you.
Yeah, and I honestly believe like he's a root in my life. Like he is gonna be here for a lifetime, and I don't take him for granted. So even when I asked him to be on my podcast and be my my business consultant and be my co-host, it's because we rooted in this. Like anything he asked me for, he already know I got it. If it's 3:00 in the morning, yo, I need you to come get me from Brooklyn, I might be mad as hell.
Yeah.
But trust me, I'm gonna go get this nigga.
I just-
so
I would though. I ain't gonna
no,
hold you.
like
I would though.
there are times like I'm telling you, there are times that when we both have had struggles, been broke, nothing, and we've made it happen and made it work because that's the love and respect that we genuinely got for each other.
Y'all might need to be together.
So what? So
Like she said, I've seen it all. So no.
Whoa.
and I
Long
like
time to say that, buddy.
but
Everybody go drag this shit.
anyway.
we go jail with you, bro.
No. But at the end of the day, what I'm just saying is that like when it comes to people that are in my life, there are people that are gonna come in my life in the next few years, and they might be helping me raise my kids, and they might turn into my best friends. I might never know, but only God's gonna know. And as they walk this journey with me, I'm gonna know.
So I got a question, right? So let's say your man eventually like gets this close relationship with his coworker, and he's presenting to this person like, this is my friend. Like, are you okay with like eventually that turning into a best friend relationship? Because basically, to be honest with you, if you work a 9 to 5, you spend more
Time with your coworkers than your
with your
significant other.
coworkers than
Yeah,
your-
I don't think like this is the thing. I'm not gonna say I'm a jealous person, and I would say I'm more slightly of a territorial person, if anything. But I think it's territorial within my means. I'm not. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not a jealous person at all. I'm not a jealous person at all. Like I said, I'm more territorial than jealous. But
If it's cat, bro, it's cat, bro.
Yeah,
You can just say
yeah,
it's
yeah,
cat, bro, it's cat.
I'm just saying, those
If it's
words
cat, bro,
is
it's cat, bro.
they look
You making the
interchangeable.
face-
no, they're
Jealous,
not.
territorial.
Territorial is
It's
when
the
like
same
you're
thing,
no
like,
territorial is
jealous,
when
territorial, I'm just saying.
no, it's not.
Yeah,
Territorial
tomato,
is when you,
potato, like you can be real, bro.
territorial is when you're close, like when something that's yours, you're protective over it and whatnot, and you want to protect your peace and you want to protect your relationship and whatnot. Versus jealous, I could be. Why am I jealous of somebody that doesn't have my man? If he's mine, you should be jealous over the fact that we have a relationship. So I'm not gonna be jealous of y'all relationship in no shape, way, or form.
She do though.
I'm not jealous.
No.
Oh, I was about to say. Anyways, so for me, if y'all develop a friendship or whatever, I could respect it as long as it stays within the bounds of like our relationship. As long as like you see the type of relationships that I have with men, and as long as you're cool with that, and I would never cross you, and as long as you never cross me, cool. But if I get any type of inkling and whatever, and if I'm uncomfortable with her, you have to respect where I'm coming from, because I'm not trying to be controlling. I'm not going to tell you to cut the relationship off automatically. I'm going to tell you what I see and what I feel. And if you don't take that into consideration and whatnot, and you keep advancing and something happens, then A, I'm going to be disappointed the fact that you didn't listen to me. And B, I'm going to be even more disappointed that you allowed something to happen after I gave you the inkling. I'm not going to be on your back about it either. I'm going to say maybe once or twice, and we can have a conversation about it. But then
This
at the end
sounds
of
like
the
a
day,
scolding.
your choice.
This sounds like
Is it a scolding or is it a choice?
It sounds like a scolding, though.
I'm giving you a choice. I'm giving you a choice.
No, I get that. But okay, now what is an inkling that you would say that like
If she's very touchy-feely, if she's texting your phone or calling you at random moments of the night or anything like that, and whatnot, if she's
a few moments ago you said it was okay if
What's going on?
no, if there's a difference from you're calling and just like 2-3 o'clock in the morning consistently, like clockwork.
Okay.
Or like if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, like my car just broke down, this and a third, you think you can come get me or whatever. Like for prime example, there are times I've taken this man to work before when he didn't have a car. That's fine.
Wait, so
Like-
you letting your dude go pick somebody up at 2 in the morning?
I'll go with you. I
yeah,
wouldn't
I
have a
bet you
problem
is,
with
though.
that. I wouldn't mind. 2 o'clock in the morning, I ain't going with you. I'm going with you. Respectfully, I'm going with you.
Bought it on.
Where we going?
But also, wait, here's the thing. If you're about to ask, would he do the same thing for me and his girlfriend would be okay with it? Because we've developed that friendship with me and her, she wouldn't bat an eye. And she also understands our
But
relationship.
let's say it's let's just
That's how that gawk start happening.
all right, let me ask you this though, right? So let's say that because you
Y'all
said
cute. Y'all cute on that.
Nah, let's because you sat here and said if it was like for a ride or whatever the case. Let's just say it's a random 2-3 in the morning. What you doing? Like I'm bored. I'm drinking right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Why
don't
you-
even have those conversations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you calling? Like, that's what I'm saying. That would be a red flag.
It's like
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't hit up somebody. That's what I'm saying. That would be a red flag. That would be a red flag. Don't hit, like, if I have a man, don't hit me up 2-3 o'clock in the morning or
I
like,
said,
no.
those are boundaries. You feel me? Like,
So
nobody's finna
that's
do
what
that.
I'm saying. That's not okay.
wild.
So then that would be a conversation we need to have. I'm like, look, I'm okay if she like hits you up and she's like, yo, like something happened to my car or this happened or my mom died or anything like that. Understandable. Respectfully, I'm gonna let you be there for her.
Okay.
Now, granted, But if she hitting you up randomly or she just got done in the club and she want to tell you her drama or anything like that, stuff like that could wait till later on. that means talk to me at business hours, like during the day and whatnot.
His best friend.
Your best friends, and you want to sit here and tell me about. Hear me out. Have I ever
Y'all
called you? Wait.
trying to blur the lines.
No,
man.
have
We
I
was
ever-
just talking about boundaries.
Have I ever
is
called
about
you
Those are
two?
one of the
Definitely about
boundaries,
Have I,
though. You feel
yeah,
me?
have I ever called you 2:00 in the morning over me being heartbroken?
No.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
like wait in the morning.
that's what I'm saying.
Nah, I
Wait
got
till
you.
business hours.
Got you.
So,
All right, so I ask like this. What are some standstill boundaries that I feel like that y'all feel like we should keep in relationships when it comes to like friends in your relationship? What are some boundaries that I feel like we should uphold?
I mean,
I think those kind of come as it goes. Like
yeah, every relationship is
because
different.
every relationship is different.
Yeah,
Plus, you don't know. And another thing is like you could also you have to take into consideration your significant other's like insecurities. Like you don't know what kind of shit they've been through. So you gotta
Triggering points and things
you
like
feel
that,
me?
yeah.
You gotta ask these questions, have these conversations, and then from there on, you feel
yeah,
me?
you learn as you go.
Yeah, that's it.
But all right, so being that we are talking about like
Wait.
relationships.
I know y'all not about to take over my podcast.
Oh, sorry.
I
I was just trying to,
I know.
go
I
into
know. I had a like,
She
thing
got
how I wanna transition.
we was on relationships, so I was just gonna ask another question pertaining to it. But go ahead.
Okay, so I got a question though. When it come to y'all, because I ask this typically just in every podcast. How are y'all mentally right now? How y'all feeling? Like, because I feel like I want to give space to black men and their mental health. And I do this every single last podcast. Just no matter if you're a black man, black woman, any gender, whomever. How are y'all mentally right now? And I see a lot of y'all taking drinks.
first.
So I'm slightly concerned, but like, no.
Oh, no, so I go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm drinking my water. But I feel like I'm at the best place I've been mentally ever in my life. I feel like I've worked hard to get to where where I'm at, and I'm not nowhere where I want to be, but I feel like I've made the right steps. God put me in the right position. He put me around the right people, and I just feel like the only thing that can stop me is myself.
That's it.
Clear it up.
That shit.
Okay.
How we jump straight to me?
Down the line, but
Okay, I mean, mentally, I'm in a rough space. Not gonna lie, it's a lot going. It's a lot going on. I appreciate that.
Shit
I appreciate
don't
that.
last, man.
Experienced a heavy loss. In the midst of that, just like trying to figure out what's next for me. You feel me? Like, I'm a person where I like try to push my brothers into what I see for them, and I'm trying to like just get into a lane where I just do that for myself and move forward. You feel me? So that's where I'm at right now, for the most part.
Okay.
yeah, nah. I mean, same. Honestly, I just experienced a loss too a couple months ago. So like, I'm just trying to get back to myself. In the process, I've been like learning to be open more, like with the people that is close to me, like speaking to them more about, because I've always been like closed off with the things I speak on. So as I went through that with just recently having that loss, it's been making me like more having to speak on it, wanting to speak on it, and just get it off. So like when I feel like being by myself, it eats at me more versus having someone to talk to. So I feel like right now I'm starting to get better, back in a better space, and it's taking it day by day.
Jigga?
It's a little up and down. I just turned 30 this year, and 30 been whooping my ass. I ain't even gonna hold you. 30, this is probably the hardest year I've ever faced in my life. But I'll say one thing. The people that I'm around weekly or like daily, like it's people that I don't see like often. They're here today, but it's like those people that really keep me grounded, and other measures, like just like me talking to them. You feel me? It's people that like I don't see often. Like a lot of people here I see often, but they keep me grounded in other ways, and just keeping it going. Yeah, I'm gonna make it out. Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, that's it.
I see that.
Co-host. How are you today? How's your mental?
I'm good. Yeah, as of lately, I've just been doing, there's this book that I'm reading, and it's just been telling me how how your thinking and how your headspace affects what happens to you. So right now I'm just in a transitional period where I just, instead of seeing the cup half empty, I look at everything I try my best to be optimistic on things.
That's key.
Hey.
How about you? Wait. I'm gonna say this though. Before I ask you that question, the people that I keep around me, for the longest, I was the most pessimistic motherfucker that you would ever see. Yeah, I'm not. I was.
He
Yeah, but I got out of it though.
Still are, bro. Still are.
I'm not as pessimistic as I was, but I feel like the people that I keep around me, they keep me optimistic at all times. So a lot of shit that shouts out to Marcus. Now, Joy, your name's Joy, but how's it mental?
I'm gonna say in these last 2 weeks, it hasn't been well, but I think this transitional period that I'm in, what I would say it actually helped. It opened my eyes to like where I've dropped the ball over the last 2-3 years, and how I need to do better. And also it helped me get closer to God. And that, I would say the first week of certain things, I was definitely angry. I was crying and all this other stuff. But then it was weird. I was sitting in my car just one night, late at night, and I started to hear a whisper, and it was really God's voice. And since then, it's every day he's been talking to me and just he took me out of myself to really have this outer body experience, to just look at my habits, my behaviors, what I could be doing differently, and where I dropped the ball when I was selfish, where I could have been selfless, when I was defiant towards him or other people, or where I could have been a better person, and where I didn't follow in his will. So that's kind of where I'm at, is just navigating that and giving myself forgiveness and grace, trying to forgive other people, and just learning in this transitional period. And I guess me understanding that people come in seasons just to teach you things, and everybody isn't here for the same reason in your life. And I'm about to start school literally tomorrow as we speak, and I'm realizing in this new season, what do I want to do? We're about to soon be ending the first season for JWP, and we're about to be moving into soon filming for season 2. What does season 2 need? What does Joy need? And who do I need in that in my life? So that's just where I'm at right now. It's just I may be down right now, or I may have been down, but I'm getting better.
That was the reason.
Pretty much, I guess. I guess it was a wake-up call. God literally had to wake me up, because I felt like I was asleep. And it was kind of weird. And I guess I'm grateful. It hurts, trust and believe, but sometimes you got to get hurt or more so, sometimes you just got to lose to win. It don't mean that the losing is going to happen right now and it hurts painfully, but the winning later on in life is so much more beneficial.
Well, you can't look at it like a loss.
It is. Sometimes you got to lose people.
It's more so like a lesson.
But you got to lose people, and you got to lose opportunities that you might have think would have been better for you, but to win long term.
we James, what we call that?
What?
Blessings.
Blessings, yeah. We call that blessings.
I mean, it is a blessing in disguise.
call that blessings,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
it's definitely a blessing in disguise, but it's it feels like a loss right now.
Yeah.
It significantly feels like a loss, but it's a blessing.
And I'll just say, I wasn't always in this space. You know what I'm saying? I've had times where I was fucked up. But I say I say for people who in a down space, or if you are mentally feel like things aren't going your way, or you feel like life is taking longer than what you want certain things to happen, just try to conquer the day. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
You wake up, conquer the day, and eventually each day you conquer, you'll wake up and then you'll be in a better space. It just happens it doesn't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like that. 'Cause
I
if you
definitely
gonna-
agree.
If you're gonna say like take it day by day, if you actually do take it day by day and conquer the day, I like that. I'm gonna go by that. Cause I always just be saying I take it day by day. I don't even be conquering. But now I will.
I try to conquer everything. where
You know
every
what
day-
you know what I try and do? I just try and think of like something I think I heard Steve Harvey say, like
Think like a man. Liar.
absolutely not.
Yo, Steve Harvey
We
reference
know-
is crazy.
No, it's like he wakes up his every morning and he tries to find something that he's grateful for.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And like recently every day, like I've been trying to wake up and think about something that I'm genuinely grateful for in like this entire like the last 3 years or last whatever. And like when I look at where I am right now, if you would have told me this last year when I had my podcast was in my room. Nobody knows this unless you've been in my room. But I changed my whole entire room around to almost look like it was a podcast. So to see where I am sitting right now, where I actually have a sponsor, where I get to have guests I would have never like thought I could have on my podcast, where I could have a live audience, where I could actually see my business growing and thriving. I'm grateful for that. Where I've got to meet these new connections, where I get to actually impart my wisdom into people's lives. I'm grateful for that. So each day I just take something away and find out how grateful I could be. That's kind of what is getting me up and realizing every day. And then just also thinking about at night, like what I learned from each day. And like just trusting that if I don't got it, God got it. That's it.
Amen.
I'll say this. I'm not even one of them type of niggas, but that whole like find your why as to like why you do certain things is probably like the biggest lesson that you can learn.
Yeah.
As to why like okay why you can love what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Learning that lesson, it was a lot for me, but yeah, I'm grateful for it. Yeah, I'm definitely grateful for it.
And it's funny, you know, you can know what your why is, and then like something can knock you off that path. And it could get hard during that trying to find your way back. But if you remember like certain traits that you used to do or like why you enjoyed it in the first place, you'll find your way back automatically because if you're destined for your purpose, it's gonna happen regardless.
It's crazy that you talked about it. Like you said that because yesterday on our podcast when we shot for like our weekly, Ant brought that topic up as to like when you feel like you should just give up or like it was that right?
No, it wasn't.
It was that
It wasn't.
or like you feel like you should end.
I said, when do you feel like, you feel, when do you feel, when you have a sign, sometimes signs could tell you to keep going, or the sign could be to give up. Like, when is the, like,
That's the end. Yeah, you have to find a healthy
you
medium.
didn't say that.
Okay. But yeah.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, sometimes you don't know. Like, sometimes a sign could be like, yo, keep going and pushing, but some people feel like, yo, I've been doing this shit 10 years. Like, is this a sign to me to stop? You don't know. That next year could be the year you blow. You know what I'm saying? But, or it could really mean, like, some signs really do mean to stop. Or to pivot. It could just be like to pivot into something else. And sometimes it's hard to determine, though. But, you know what I'm saying? I'll just say, like, that when it comes to just, sometimes you can't make decisions on your own. It's about having a team. You can't, if you want to conquer something in life, you can't conquer nothing by yourself.
I agree, and that's why like I would definitely say like with even my podcast or whatever, I'm genuinely grateful for how we've pivoted. Like when I started JWP, this is not the team that I have right now. I don't have the same team, and I had to realize like I had to let some of those people go and let that time in with some of them, and then create a new team and create a new pivot. And when hi.
Yeah, I was about to say not to get off topic, but I want One Up's part of the podcast.
Hi, everyone.
I want to let him just get in on the topic.
Oh, of
too,
course.
whatever,
I want to, since he's on the podcast, I kind of want to shift the conversation real quick. So,
Oh, damn.
no, I want to shift the conversation because you do music, right? So,
Sometimes.
me, Jig, and Monica were having a conversation about 50 years of music and the impact it's had. And since you're the music guy over here, I guess, how have you seen the shift and change in music over a period of time and how it affects people?
How it affects people, I'd say is more or less, I'd say music kind of affects people the same. Like music is still like a universal language, in my opinion. Like there are songs that I play in different languages. I don't know what they're saying, but I rock with it because like it's a good vibe. So that hasn't changed throughout the course of history. But I think the scope of music has changed, just like the sound. But nothing's new under the sun. You feel me? There's only about so much that can like be done. I feel like in this space now, of course, everybody's doing like the social media, TikTok stuff, right? Like trying to blow up quick. But
Do you like the music nowadays?
I'm
I'm gonna need you to be honest.
In a nutshell, I think that it's garbage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're all in the same boat.
Yeah. No. We're in like a sample era where people are like sampling like old samples,
And they're not even doing anything.
and they're not doing nothing with it. Yeah, they're just slapping like drums on top of it. But it's cool. Like it works, and people are enjoying it. But creatively speaking, I think like can you move your head, bro? We having a like we trying to talk, and you just I'm talking to your earring like. My bad. My fault. But yeah, music it is what it is. But as a DJ, I kind of have a different relationship with music too. Like I look at songs from an objective standpoint. Like, how can I use this song, or where can I use it? Not necessarily do I like it or don't I like it. Because there are songs that I do not like that I've grown to appreciate because of what other people. Yeah, you feel me? The results that it produces in different functions. So that's kind of my relationship with music in a nutshell. What about you? Do you care about music? Do you?
Oh, okay. I'll answer the question first.
You have no choice. I asked you.
Well then. Well then.
This is a podcast, right?
It is the Shared All podcast, so I guess I'll answer. I think my relationship with the music nowadays, I don't really thoroughly appreciate it. It's more about I tolerate it, but I think I've figured out which types of music that I particularly
I was
like.
about to say what's your genre? What's
So
your
I like R&B and soul, or like I'm still an old head because my parents are in their like 60s and 70s. So like I grew up on that old
all right.
music.
So what type of music did you clean the crib to?
you talking about like Harry the nightgown type of R&B or
Whoa. Okay.
That's
I was thinking like.
yeah.
When
Believe it or
oh,
not,
are you talking about like the OJs, like Love Train, that type of R&B?
believe it or not, he's giving you a time frame when he says that. Like, you
I
gotta
know,
think
but
about
I'm like, okay.
So I say Harry and nightgown, and I'm wild all of a sudden. Okay, all right.
Yes, because that was not where I was going. I was thinking like, so my
Content.
mom, for prime example, I grew up listening to a lot of Christian music. So like I would listen to like Donnie McClurkin, yes, Kurt Franklin. I'm thinking
That's 90s.
That's definitely
But
90s.
I'm saying that's why I grew up on that. But then also my mom also listens to Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight and the Pips, The Temptations, Luther Vandross.
That real shit.
My dad is even older, so I'm about to say somebody else, Bill Withers, and I'm pretty sure y'all don't know who Bill Withers is.
Don't do that. We all older than you.
Look,
I'm surprised you know who Bill Withers is.
I told you my dad, God rest his soul, he would have been 74 this year.
Come on, Ann.
I say that to some people know, they don't know that.
What they're
who that
saying
is.
is they're older than you.
I get that, but
Just
you'd
the
be
two
surprised
of
how many
us.
30-year-olds don't know who Bill Withers is.
We can make it if we try, okay?
I'm just saying, like, you'd be thoroughly surprised. You get to 40, yes, they know who it is, but 30, no. So I grew up on very old things. And then it wasn't until, like, I got to, like, maybe close my preteen, teenage years where, like, I got to actually appreciate music from my era and whatnot. So that's what I'm thinking. Saturday morning sounded like that, but I grew up a lot on NDRE. Yeah, Beyonce. I grew up on Alicia Keys.
Brian McKnight.
Yes. But now hear me out. Now Brian McKnight.
Brian
he
is
on
a
my
little
own
crazy, I
list
ain't gonna
because
lie.
you kind of, you don't even
He be
acknowledge your
wildin'.
kids. But
Wait, what
like,
you mean he be wildin'?
you don't acknowledge his kids.
You ain't see that little remix he did with
We talking about the music.
Yeah,
Right.
bro. He tried to do like a whole like explicit album. You ain't see that? Like a couple. It was mad long ago. But he know what I'm talking about, right?
You know, he
Just
doesn't.
asking. I don't really listen like that.
He was
I
making.
listen to like
You
2,
ain't
3
see
of
that
his
shit
views,
where he
and other than that,
he was
I
doing
don't-
like a reference track called "Make That Squirt." You ain't see that?
I ain't know that.
I'm gonna bring it up.
One up. What?
So you wait, are you the explicit one on this podcast?
No,
like,
I'm
out of
not.
y'all group?
He's not the explicit one.
I'm the producer podcast dad. I'm not like, thank you. It's real, right? Y'all up here looking at me like I'm yo. All right, go ahead, B-Lo.
Said enough. It's cool. I'll just stay here. You behave. I'll say this though, like me growing up in a Jamaican household, my R&B bag, it was more so like me learning it through like my friends, like me like enjoying like R&B, house music, like all that. That's like me just being around my friends. They playing that in their house. When I grew up on a whole different type of genre of music that like is what I fell in love with. But yeah, it shaped me in a lot of ways. Yeah, definitely. Even it be songs that like now I'm 30 and it's songs I learned. I'd be like, oh yeah, I fuck with this. Like,
Talking to the mic, James.
I just did.
Well, for me with music, music is like everything. I can't do what I do without music. It gets me going. I know I wouldn't be able to box without getting in my zone or running, and just use it for motivation. Mine is different, but to say like music today trash, I wouldn't go into like maybe in like on the mainstream shit, but it's a lot of really good artists that I still like, but it's just maybe not what regular people listen to. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of find what you like, but I still get how I get it. The little hippity hoppity bang bang shit, that shit get me going. You know what I'm saying? It get me going in the gym, but I'm using it for something else. I use it for motivation. I ain't really using it to drive around. The R&B now is cool. It's still some very good R&B artists. It's just like
You gotta filter through the
Yeah, you
bullshit.
gotta
Shout out to
to it.
Victoria Monet. Hey, right now.
I'm just saying.
Big
it's-
Jaguar. Shouts out to
now all that ski and all that shit, like the women got the streets with the hip hop shit. They got the streets right now, and it's cool. It's kind of, I feel like that's what hip hop need, low key, for right now, for women to have a stance in it. They never had it, and for the 50th year, they got that shit. No cap. I feel like they got hip hop right now.
Missy Elliott,
I
Nicki
don't know.
Minaj, come on, man.
For me,
they had some,
I feel like-
hot ass MCs. Right
saying
now,
to have it
right now,
as a
the artists right now, they're not MCs, bro.
So,
I'm just talking about that got the game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that got the game. On
Right?
Smash.
Yeah. Well,
They don't got nothing on Smash. What they got on Smash?
They
I mean,
definitely do.
You
I'm
know
just talking
what?
about
You
the
know what?
streets.
I'm speaking from a
they got the streets
subjective
just now.
standpoint.
Yeah, they.
I get what you're saying, but when he say like the streets, he means like actual functions, or like when it could be like a kickback, a party, whatever the case may be. That's the song that people want to play or people want to hear to know that it's gonna turn it up. But I see what you mean. Where
Women songs are turning the spots up more than the men now.
Yes.
That's a fact.
I don't know if you be outside.
But also
like
that's
that.
because
I ain't
well,
saying
that's
that.
also because I think
probably
women
my
are the main
problem, too.
consumers. So that's the thing. Like,
nah, it's niggas out here yelling ski.
but this is the thing. Y'all not. Women are the main consumers of everything. Y'all not. I'm just saying that like that's why it's gonna be pushed out a lot more. So obviously, like, also y'all gonna listen to it because if we like it, then eventually y'all
But
gonna
before,
kind of fuck
but
with
that
it.
wasn't so. Why wasn't that the case before then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also women were backing y'all, and then because we didn't have a voice, and now the fact that we have a voice, that we're making our voice 10 times.
What
more.
changed that y'all all of a sudden have a voice now? Can you
think about that.
elaborate
Okay,
a little bit?
let's go back to hip hop about 20, 30 years ago, right?
Okay.
You don't gotta go 23. You go 5 years ago.
Right?
5 years ago, I mean, we still had
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We had Nicki Minaj. No, we had Trina.
Cardi B.
We had Cardi B.
It
We
was
still.
not, that wasn't, but they wasn't in the club. None of that shit was rocking in the club.
Cardi B was.
Bodak
Yeah, she was.
Kodak. I mean, I said
Bodak
Kodak.
Yellow?
Cardi, yeah, but not as. I'm talking about as.
Oh
like,
yeah, like it's now.
How it is now?
Yeah, like you got Lotto, you got
It's mad shit.
I'll say this though. All right, so I'm gonna go back into the realm that you was talking about, where like Missy Elliott. We could go like Missy Elliott, Charlie
Queen Latifah.
Baltimore, Queen Latifah.
Charlie, who's
Baltimore.
that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Who
I'm
is
gonna go
that?
like. You said who's that?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'll be honest.
Charlie Baltimore. Charlie Baltimore definitely rang off in the clubs back in the day.
I really don't know who that is.
Finish your point, bro. Finish your point, bro. Finish your point, bro. Finish your point, bro.
I don't know what that is either.
Like I'm lost, so bring it
damn.
together.
All right, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna finally speak on the question.
One Charlie Baltimore song.
I'm a Jay-Z fan.
So for me, music, like how everybody else was saying, it's like I won't say like the most recent ones are like doing it for me. I still love like the songs that's coming out these days. Like it's
So
not.
you don't like Sexy Red?
I said I still love the songs that's coming out these days. Calm down, bro. Anyway,
Turn me up, I'm trying. Turn me to a slut. What, yo? That's that work. What you talking about?
but music helps out like for me like depending on the mood that I'm in when I'm working like it just does a lot for me. So I'm always just trying to find out what it is that's going to like help me in my mood.
I look at it like this. I feel like music controls the environment that you're in at that point in time.
I'm just saying that. I mean, yeah.
So now
You play music in a
nobody's
room,
not
yeah.
trying to hear Sade in the middle of the club. I'm talking about active hours. Like if it's a lit ass.
What?
I'm dropping sweet love into lifestyle. You
Yeah.
crazy as hell. You know who
I'm
I am.
not
motherfucker?
talking about at the end of the event.
You know who I am.
I'm talking about prime time hours. Like if we walked upstairs right now, niggas is not
No,
trying
you're
to
right.
hear that.
You're right. You're
You
right.
feel me? Like the song will ring. Like we all relate to it. We all fuck with it. But it's like that's not what we want to hear in that point in time. But I feel as though back then those MCs like Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, and shit like that. Yeah, niggas at that time fucked with those songs, but niggas is not playing. I'm talking about like men per se. Niggas is not playing those songs to attract to like entertain women. Niggas is just playing whatever songs that they like at that time.
Yeah, because John was playing music that was over sexualizing women or putting music out there that was either making love to women, like the R&B songs. I'll give you 90s R&B when it came to men, hands down.
Wait, talking
chef's
about
kiss.
what? My booty hole brown. What?
I said
How's
90s.
that
I said
what?
90s music back then. I give it to y'all. But now I'm talking about music.
I'm confused.
90s men had it.
Okay.
But we're looking back then when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Also, and let's even look in the early 2000s, even maybe up to 2010. Men was over sexualizing women. So, like for a 20-year span, when y'all are consistently over sexualizing women, and when women are going to get to a point where they're going to have enough and they're going to take back and reclaim what over sexualizing is. So, in a second, like when y'all sitting here saying all this, like women are doing too much or whatever when it comes to music, y'all was doing it to us first. So now we're just going to flip it in reverse and say all the shit that y'all did to us and just
It's
reclaim
not
it.
even flip. Y'all calling yourself hoes.
Great, but y'all did it first. Y'all did it first,
Y'all
but we're
agree- but y'all
reclaiming
agreeing
it.
and-
But
and putting
I'm
crown
not.
on it like I'm the biggest hoe.
Now, granted, I don't agree with it.
And
but
screaming that shit out loud.
Yeah, you got like artists like
Granted, I don't agree
Sukiana,
with it.
kind of, you know.
Granted, I don't agree with it, but it's a marketing.
She's
tool.
out here talking about
it's a
selling.
marketing tool because obviously, some women are gonna be like, all right, well, if they already feel that way, well, why not already be that way for y'all? But then in the same sense,
Is that
they're
our
making
fault,
it
though?
marketable.
Does every woman in the
That-
crowd feel this?
Does
way?
that sound like
They're
accountability?
making it
No.
They're making it We're just making it marketable
Yes,
because y'all
no,
already
no.
made it
But
marketable
yes,
for us
no.
for 20,
I
30
have a
years.
question,
No, do you agree?
I'm
You
not
agree?
saying it's right. I did not say it's right.
Well, what's
did
she
I
saying?
say? Did I say it's right? I never said it was right. I never
don't
said
think
it was
so.
right.
All right, wait. But I get what you mean by like
All we're
men
doing-
calling niggas hoes and shit like that.
I never said it was right.
niggas
I'm
always
just saying that if y'all doing it to us for so long, and then at the same time, then all we're doing is just, all right, so since y'all doing it, we're gonna take it back. And then all we're doing now is flipping the same crap that y'all said to us for so long.
And standing on it. Y'all
Yeah,
standing on it. Yeah.
that's all we're doing. And then we're calling y'all out on the shit that y'all don't like about yourselves. When we're talking about things in the bedroom. Okay, well, y'all saying y'all want our pussies to wear or whatever. Cool. Y'all we ride y'all dick.
So-
we doing this, we doing that.
So
Nobody
And all
have a problem
and
with that,
we're
though.
Since y'all demeaned us for so long,
Quick-
I'm not saying it's right, but we're trying to demean you back.
quick, all right, quick question. You know, like back in the day, a lot of the songs that women dropped were overly sexualized.
Most women?
Do you remember when Lil Kim dropped Magic Stick?
Do you know Little Kim and Trina were probably the only. There were about 3 or 4 artists out there
No,
that
Missy
were
Elliott.
very
And Foxy
mainstream.
Brown.
Wait, mainstream.
Adina
artists.
Howard.
I'm not saying that there weren't. There was not as many women artists that were mainstream back then that were out there saying it. You have a lot more male artists that were mainstream doing it. Not saying that there weren't, but yes, I do I do remember.
Mainstream or not, it's happening.
Okay,
whether
but do
it's
you realize
whether it's being
how
marketed or
bad
not.
women were getting criticized more for it compared to men?
Yeah, for sure. But that's just society at work.
And okay, but now do you realize that women are not getting as criticized?
Yeah, because that's society at work. Literally, like at
I
one
also
point.
can't see him. You in my way.
To piggyback off of what you said initially, yes, women are becoming the number 1, 2, and 3 consumers in the media and music industry. But that doesn't necessarily change the fact that this has already been a thing. It's not new. You know what I'm saying? Degradation or sexualization of different people in music. Even back in like old Ma Rainey, 1800 like folk blues, whatever the hell, they was talking about like sex and so on. So that hasn't changed. But to your point, yeah, women are becoming a little bit more prominent in the consumer market, which is why it's becoming a little bit more acceptable as far as commentary over. But just a couple years ago, Fox 5 was talking about how WAP is like way too explicit because Meg and Cardi are talking about how, you know, their needs a mop and all this other shit. So I don't think I say that to say like on a certain plane, you know, society expects women to carry themselves a certain way, and that's not because of us. It is also other women who feel like that too.
Oh, I agree.
Right.
I agree that there are certain things that shouldn't be out there and shouldn't be said or whatnot. But at the same time, I guess
And then if it does, would you, not to cut you off, if said thing were to come out, would you accept it more from a man or a woman? Somebody speaking
this is the question that I
explicitly,
guess that we
you know,
should really
having
be
like
asking in general. Why should it matter just on not race, on gender to certain degrees? There's certain things that
pointed it
just
out.
wait. I'm just saying, just in general. I know I did point it out. Damn. Let me speak.
No, but you can't be. Don't get co-host.
Your co-host is a good. Yo, he's a cool guy.
No.
He's a cool guy.
No. Hold on. No. Time out. No, cause no. I'm not agreeing with y'all. What I'm saying is I agree, but if we look at the transition of music though, we had the R&B era, hip hop, where they started. No.
How you gonna be my co-host and then not let me finish?
Question. Go ahead. My fault. Sorry.
Like, make it make sense.
Okay, you can continue. I'm sorry.
Hey. Anyways,
I wasn't jumping.
I don't think you're trying to jump me. It's just more like, dang, can I finish what I was about to say first? I know you're gonna crucify me anyways sometimes.
5 words.
go ahead, finish your point. Yeah.
What I wanted to say is that I think we need to start being more, coherent, whether you're male, female, or whomever, about what you're putting out there. Because everything you put out there does not need to be put for the streets. So I don't think I don't think that at the end of the day, what women are putting out there, every single last song is right. I also don't think that every single last song that every male is putting out there is right. I think at the end of the day, we need to start being more critical, because how I look at life and how I look at music, how I look at a lot of things, is that we need to start thinking about these future kids and future generations, right? And the more that we're not thinking about it, we're allowing them to think that everything is going to fly and everything is going to be okay. And then, like, what way are you going to be able to raise your kid and they're going to know morally what's from right from wrong? So sitting here and saying that every single last song and putting sex explicitly out there. For me, when I have a kid one day, I don't want my kid the first minute they go to school learning about sex through music or learning about sex through conversations that they're having with their friends and they're 7, 8 years old on the park, like in the playground. Like, I don't want that. I want when my kids have the ability to come to me and have those conversations. I don't think that, like, because no, if we think about it, how we learned about sex, we was listening to music first.
All right, Joy.
Can I?
Joy, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
So I honestly don't think it's the artist. It's not the artist at all.
But too much is out there.
It's the industry, because honestly, if you honestly look at the transition of music, right? Back in the days, they were talking about the,
Can I be quiet? Can I be quiet?
They had the same message. It's just the form of delivery. It was more discreet. That's all it was. What I'm trying to explain to you is that right now, it's just everybody is just being extremely blunt. They have no type of decorum. Yeah. That's the only difference, because if you pay attention to R&B, half the shit niggas was talking about crack cocaine, snorting coke, and all that stuff. We didn't know. We did not know. You would have to do your research. That's what
Juicy Fruit is one of the craziest
Candy
songs.
Candy Rain, come on now.
Coming down.
If you guys really want to talk about it, it's not us. It's not the
Taste
artist.
you in my mind. Come on.
But there's a difference.
The message was always consistent. It's just the form of delivery and media that's pushing certain things. It's not.
But there was an
indiscreetness
indiscreetness to it. I'm not saying that. Look,
It's
there's
not our fault.
Yeah, but I guess there was a little bit of a more discreetness to it, so maybe that's why it was a little bit more acceptable.
So then for that, so then can we
Like now, there's just no filter. There's no nothing.
Can you not?
So can
you
we
then,
retract
like,
our
point the
statements?
finger at the right person?
No, I don't put it.
No,
I don't
Retract the
put it.
statement.
Right,
It's not
yeah.
us.
I'm
It's
not-
the record label.
I'm
Who is
not-
industry?
Who's responsible?
I believe it's the record labels, but I also think it's the artists, because at the end of the day, if you're the artist and you're having the ability to write the lyrics yourself.
They don't.
It's rough.
If you pay attention,
Okay,
they're coming out and saying that they don't.
Every artist that is an independent artist to begin with and starting their music career, some of them are independent. If they're putting certain music out there, yes, when you go to a bigger label and you're having people write your music, that's a completely different story. Then that's fully on the label. But if you're an independent artist, somebody starting off,
You're not hearing those though.
You're not. That's what we're
But,
trying to
okay,
explain
prime
to you. It's
example.
not us. It's not the artist.
Okay.
It's not the
It's
the
guys who's
market.
pushing it. It's
True.
the industry
the
itself.
market.
They were pushing the raunchy shit. They were the ones who were pushing the meaning degrading stuff. That's what you're not understanding. Like there were always content there that was more discreet. It's just that they weren't pushed forward.
All right.
People like that shit.
I'm gonna just ask this question just to roll off yours. Wait, y'all.
I wasn't jumping nobody.
appreciate
I was
y'all
just
being
pointing
here,
out.
Yeah.
I never said you
I
jumped
was
me.
jumping somebody.
I was never said that you jumped me.
All right,
I didn't
so
say you.
you said this point, Joy. I just want to know: would you rather a man be raunchy with certain topics, or a woman be raunchy with certain topics? Like, would you rather Cisco say certain things, or would you rather Sexy Red say some things?
Yeah, that's blue and white. You can, that's black and white. That was a terrible reference.
They
I
both
go.
raunchy though.
Cisco, sexy
They
red.
both raunchy though.
No, it just was
different
Cisco-
eras.
Cisco older, and you like, yeah.
I mean, right now,
your
there's no.
question is valid.
Do
It just
trippy
was-
red.
Yeah.
There's no men right now that's really be raunchy that I can't think of.
Niggas been talking about something.
James, you gotta remember, we in the lyrics like, give me top, like, let me.
Yeah, Future.
They're
You
talking
guys
crazy in the
Future.
lyrics.
Future.
So
Okay. No,
But-
okay, but Joy,
but yeah,
answer the question. Who would you rather be raunchy? A man or a woman?
Well, she's saying she don't want nobody being raunchy, but now you got to choose. Pick one. Keep it 100. This is a podcast.
I love how you're singing on my podcast.
Tell the truth. If you lie, it's gonna be an issue. You taking too long to think. You want to say Future, but she's trying to remix the best explanation for why she's not picking Future, but you want to pick Future.
No, I'm gonna answer the question.
All right.
Wholeheartedly.
Got mad lover.
Do I want to sit here and say that I would prefer women to like? not be explicit? Sure, but I also could I say the same thing for men? Sure. I don't think like it's
But we
there's
asked you
no
to pick
lesser
one.
of
It's
two
not answering the
evils.
question.
We asked you to
There's
pick
no lesser
one.
of two evils.
We just want you to pick one.
That's not answering the question.
She would be a good politician.
There's
you know how politicians just dance around.
there's a fork in the road, okay?
That's
You
not
got to
answering the
make a
question.
left or a right. Which way you go?
I think. Hear me out. The reason why I'm going to say
I'm trying to hear you out.
the reason why I'm going to say women. Wait, hear me out. Because I think the reason why I'm going to say women is because I think women's ability to not push the limit too far with it compared to men.
Right?
Like, wait. I'm thinking. So wait. Y'all gotta hear me out.
What?
Yo, y'all gotta hear me out. Cause I'm thinking.
These are your women
I'm-
that's saying the
wait,
same. That's
I'm thinking of all the suffrage that women have went through. I'm thinking of all the suffrage that women have went through and whatnot when it comes to music, life, and all that. I don't think that men really understand how bad the music really affects women. I don't think y'all really do. Like,
yeah.
no,
we
like
can
y'all
say the
really
same.
don't understand. Y'all not in our space. Like, y'all not getting beat down in the streets.
Who not
And
getting beat down in the streets?
If
A
a
black
woman,
man?
you're not getting beat down by a woman in the streets because you're getting sexually assaulted.
Okay, that's true. That's
You're
facts.
not
That's facts.
experiencing, oh, God forbid, like you're not experiencing what it feels like for a man to, a partner to step out on you and then be able to go have children with 3 or 4 different people. We can only produce one life at one time, right? Y'all can go out today, tomorrow, and go be able to sleep with 3, 4 women and create different types of lives or whatever outside that household. And she might never know, right? And I'm also thinking, no, in all seriousness, I mean,
It's
it
the same
happens.
thing with guys. People be paying child support for a kid that's not even theirs. What are you saying?
Here,
I'm not saying who. No.
Brittany
First off,
Renner.
that's not who hurt me. It's,
Wait,
it's,
no,
it's,
wait,
it's
wait,
facts.
wait,
I'm
can I just
speaking
finish?
facts.
I'm
The same way,
I'm not
the same way you can flip the
I'm not
script,
saying-
it's also applicable to the opposite gender. Like I'm
I'm
not saying who hurt me. I'm just speaking facts. It's facts.
What I'm trying to say
Hold on.
is that also I'm thinking of all the abuse that women have went through when it comes to music and how it's also affected like how men think about us, how men portray us, how we are portrayed in media and marketing and all that. Like no matter how much a woman has a voice in music or anything like that, it's never gonna be the same. It's never gonna be the same. Like the song "This Is a Man's World," I sometimes stand on that. Like I hate to see it, but like think about even when it comes to politics to some degree.
I'm not saying you don't have a valid point. I just feel like for the question of which one would you rather?
I would choose women. I would choose women. I choose women. I will choose women. Because think about it. When I think about all the music that was created, some of the things that like when y'all put music out there, y'all don't understand that niggas really actually go by that stuff. And they really treat women like we are nothing.
But
Women do the same thing.
Wait.
Humans
But
are
no.
humans. People are just influenced
Hold on.
by
But
there's a
what
difference.
the content they consume.
There's the difference. Y'all have a different type of power because you're physically stronger than us, and there's
Wait.
Okay. I have a question. I have a question for the audience.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Okay, after you, I got a question for the audience. I got a question.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying that y'all. Yo. I'm not saying that you have a valid point. All I'm saying is that more so of the question of which one would you prefer to be more raunchy. I look at it like,
I
would
still
you
take
rather?
one. I
No,
still
I'm not
take
saying you changing your answer. I'm just saying more so of the topic of where I'm trying to stay at is like, do you rather a woman be like, yeah, rock my across his face, blah blah, versus a nigga that's like, I'm fucking her, blah blah, like feel me? Because at the end of the day, you gotta remember, like y'all have the power when y'all talk. So other like females is growing up and going by what y'all saying, right?
yes, but I think there's a power in ours where we can have control over our bodies and our own narratives
I agree with that. I would just
versus when y'all do it
okay.
to some
Okay,
degree.
Those two different points, and now I get you of how the music controls like niggas when niggas say certain things.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a loss in power that we have
Okay.
that y'all will never understand. Never.
So you are 100% right, and I'm not taking nothing away from your experience or even the experience of women who feel just like you. I'm just trying to more so redirect the energy because it's not our fault. You know, you're like, oh, men do this,
I don't
so
think
it's
it's
like
y'all
because
fault.
of men, and it's on both sides of the spectrum because there are women who are out here making music talking about, I need a nigga that got this amount of money in his bank account, and now you got niggas who don't have the money, spending the money, looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Putting themselves in perpetual nonsense, you know, fucking up their mental and
But this is
other relationships
okay,
with
but
people.
this is the thing when it comes to that. So when women are saying like, let's look at, and the reason why I'm gonna try and finish this up on because we are going way over time at this point.
Way over time. It's digging on me.
Oh, nah,
So the
pod get
reason,
real.
yeah. So I hate to go back to history for a quick second. So let's look at black men for about maybe since civil rights movement, right? And I had this conversation. I think I've had this conversation with you. So civil rights, after the civil rights movement, the appearance of black men in the household changed significantly. You had, Dad, what you?
He does that. He does that. He does that
doing?
once, twice, at least every week. And I be wanting to yoke him up by his collar, like my nigga. Can you please just be professional for 5 minutes? Just 5.
Sorry.
We're going on that one.
Okay.
Are you sorry? Like clockwork.
Okay, back to the subject.
Okay. So what? Put your phone down.
No, it's off.
Okay. Put the phone down. So, all right. So to answer the question.
She did. She said women.
Oh, I said women.
Yeah.
Women. Okay. So
Interesting.
when the change in the family dynamic after the civil rights, it used to be man and wife and then the children, right? After that, you were able to have Section 8 housing, and then on top of that, men started to leave the household, not only because of World War II, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but also you had what's that up?
Mass incarceration.
Mass incarceration, and
war
on top
on drugs.
that, and on top of that, people were being taken out because you were getting money from the government, right? And that especially happened within black households. So when you have a mass incarceration rate of a lot of black men going to jail over small particular things, what's gonna happen? Wait, let me finish. A lot of women were raising their children by themselves, right? So this is starting in the 1960s. We're in 2023 now. Some of that dynamic has not changed because of you have generational, and there's a generational trauma that has happened. I'm not saying that rides for every single last household, but there's a distrust between black women and black men. And on top of that, because of society, we've been pinned against each other. Like a lot of women either only trust the men that they grew up in a house with, because they have a hard time trusting the men outside of their house. And on top of that, when you're painting a picture on social media or even in movies or whatever from back then that all black men are bad and all are a particular type of way, it's gonna be hard for us as a community to move forward and be better, right? So now understanding that aspect, do you see why women are like, we've taken care of y'all. We've given you nothing when you had nothing. You didn't go to work. You lost jobs. You done whatever. And especially the women nowadays is like, all right, we're not gonna be stay-at-home moms. You want a stay-at-home mom? You want this type of girl? Cool. Then you need to be able to be a loving, devoting father. You need to be in your child's life. You need to be able to treat me with respect. You're not gonna be out here in these streets doing whatever. We're not gonna have no what's that movie Taraji P. Henson and Tyrese are in? I can't remember it right
Baby
now.
boy?
Baby boy, thank you. We're not having a baby boy moment. You're not going to be out here doing God knows what, and I'm sitting up here raising your child. Absolutely not. So either you bring money to the forefront and actually be able to take care of us or do whatever, or leave the house and I can do it all by myself. So it's not, and this is
Yeah.
but it's not that.
Right.
But it's not that. That's not
And
the
then-
thing. But we're not asking just for money. But we're asking you to be a man and stand on your own 2 feet and love and respect us and provide for your family and be the man that we need for you to lead. Women, black women, want to give you the ability to lead. It's hard for us to give you the ability to lead because we have been hurt. And a lot of us, especially myself, and I can speak for this because this is what I'm even going through in my own life. I want a black man to lead me. But because that we had to deal with maybe us not having black men in our households because whether they died or they weren't there or whatever, then you got your mom that has that problem. Then you got your grandmother. So then how can you expect us to know how to be able to accept leadership from a black man if we were not even raised around it? We don't know what that looks like. So if you were raised in a 2-parent household and you're coming in and you're telling us, oh, we want to lead you, you got to show us and you got to earn that. You can't just actually just walk in and say, I'm a lead tomorrow, because it's not going to work for any black woman. Because if she can already do bad by herself, which she don't want to, you have to be able to say, okay, like, let me show you little by little. Let me work with you. Let me earn that trust because I know it's hard for you. And whatnot.
If you want to go back to World War II,
I'm just saying it's a background. It's just a
I'm hearing
background.
Coochie with the nightgown, okay?
Joy, that was the first thing that threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
You
that
did
illustrated.
it was a whole like
I agree, but at the same time, it's not us. It's like what you guys are not understanding. It's not us.
not
It's
us.
just a cycle. It's a perpetuating cycle. The black man gets arrested. He's demonized. He tries to find a black woman. All of a sudden, guess what? You have trust issues. What does that do to another person? Okay, what's the difference between somebody mentally abusing somebody or physically abusing somebody? There's not a difference. So just because, okay, yeah, guys are demonized and all that stuff doesn't make it true. For example,
It starts within yourself.
yes, you have to-
individuals.
No, that's
Men
exactly
and
what it is.
women.
You have to knock down. You have to put. Who
That's
doesn't?
a fact.
That don't
That's
hold
a
on.
fact.
That only. But hold on.
How do you know
You
that?
No,
are.
hear-
You're.
hear me out.
See, you got,
Some men.
I got everything you said.
everybody's speaking on a perspective they don't have or they don't know. For example, I'm not gonna talk about a woman or say women don't do this or women don't do that because guess what? I'm not a woman. I don't know what happens in a woman's foot. I mean, in a woman's in a woman's body, in a woman's perspective. So I'm not gonna speak on it, but at the same time, I'm gonna speak about my experiences and what I've witnessed is that yes, there are guys who go into a relationship willingly, but guess what? Because the fact that the woman has trust issues, it damages his morals.
But
That's
are
what
you willing
guys
to
don't
work with a
understand.
woman that has trust
Morals,
issues?
I wouldn't say,
Like,
but,
this is
yeah.
the question.
No.
I would
Okay,
even
okay,
just
okay,
ask
okay.
this question.
That doesn't even make any sense. I'm sorry. That made no sense. If I'm going into a relationship with somebody who has trust issues, exactly how is it my responsibility? That's what you guys are not understanding. It's not that person's responsibility to fix it. It's your responsibility to fix it though. But it's your responsibility to fix it. How is somebody else gonna tell you about what you have trust in? It's not his responsibility. You have to work on it.
Wait,
No, what I'm trying to say is that you guys are
Guys,
pushing
wait,
somebody
wait.
else's
Yeah, yeah,
responsibility.
hold on,
Wait,
hold on,
Meanwhile,
I
you're
agree.
supposed to
Wait,
do the internal work
Oddly
yourself.
enough,
There's a lot going on. There's a lot
Oddly
going on.
enough,
One person.
wait, this is the
Y'all are
thing.
having two different conversations.
Oddly enough, I do agree with you. Wait. Oddly enough, I agree with him. Oddly
You
enough,
don't
I
know
agree
that.
with him.
You don't know that. You don't know that
Well, this-
until later on down the road. You
After how
and then
long,
guess
though?
What? You leave, and then when you leave, guess what? She's gonna be like, "Oh, guys ain't shit."
This is the
And
thing.
it just adds on to the cycle. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be doing the internal work. That's what I'm
Everybody
trying to
comes
say.
with
It's a cycle.
baggage. Everybody comes with baggage. I'm not saying that at the end of the day, women are wrong for not being able to trust men, and men aren't wrong for trusting women. The thing is, did y'all have a conversation in the beginning to actually talk about these things and talk about this non-trusting? And the thing is, are y'all willing to work alongside each other to heal? It doesn't. At the end of the day, yes, it is not my prime example. With any situation that you have, it is not my partner's problem to fix those things. It's not. That's for me to fix. And whatever issues you got inside, that's for you to fix. But A, don't create new ones.
Joy,
and
you
B,
can't really say that though. Cause say if you didn't grow up in a 2-parent household and you got your own insecurities about growing up in a 2-parent household and I did, I don't know what you went through. So you might have your own insecurities
but that's not your problem to fix.
I grew up in a 2-parent household.
Okay.
So it might be a different type of lifestyle that I grew up in that you didn't.
Correct.
So I have to show you what I went through. So you can't put your insecurities on me because I don't know those insecurities.
I just said it's not my responsibility.
No, but earlier she was saying that guys were the problem.
I never said. When did I say that guys were the problem? I never said that guys were the problem.
But my point is, you can't only say it's a guy thing. Yeah. Because I know people that didn't grow up in a household with a woman.
I never said that it was a guy issue. That's not what I said. I never said it was a guy issue. Like you're missing everything
the only reason
that I said.
The only reason why I said that because you start talking about men dealing with war on drugs, niggas going to the army.
I said there's a disconnect between women, black women, because it's hard for them to trust because of everything that has happened. So I said, with all that has happened, you have to give them grace to be able to learn to trust you.
And what we're trying to say is that it's internal. You have to work on it yourself.
And I also said that. I said I have to acknowledge that at the end of the day, but I have to acknowledge that at the end of the day, it's not your job to fix me. It's not our job as black women to fix us. I mean, to fix y'all or whatever. The point is that we have to be able to give each other grace to fix it. Like if you and me, for prime example, we're in a relationship today. You grew up in a 2-parent household. I grew up only with my mom, right? And whatever you grew up on, you want to lead me in a relationship. I can't just openly, willingly give you the reins to lead me. Because I've been led sometimes in the dark by men that are either in my life or have not. Wait. That have not been in my life, right? Because either they weren't there or things have happened. I'm not saying that I can't trust you. Because if you have showed me thus far that you are trustworthy, cool. But it's not going to be an easy journey because I have to also deal with my own problems. I got to deal with my own insecurities. I can come to you and I can try and tell you about them, but you may never understand that until you get to see or we have a conversation about it. Right? So it's not going to be something.
Now, Joy, let me ask you this. Imagine if we're in a relationship and you grew up with just your dad. As a black woman, you're just your dad.
Uh-huh.
We always try to focus on the fact that, like, okay, yeah, it's just a black woman that raised me. Imagine if it's just a black man raising you.
Okay.
We all forget about that dynamic, right?
Okay.
All right, get to the point, Jay.
Hurry up.
I do have a point.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get to the point because we are way over time.
The point.
We are way over time. We got look. Finish what you gotta say because we are way over time.
Okay. All right. Cool.
No, finish what you gotta say. I was just.
You don't remember.
I don't think it was ever there.
Nah, the point that I was trying to make is that we tried to focus so much on like, okay, yeah, the woman dynamic, but it's the same thing with a man.
But then
dynamic.
women have trust issues with women because
So you don't think that men have trust issues with raising a kid by themselves?
I'm saying like if I was raised by just my dad, right? There could be a disconnect I have with women because I was just raised by just my dad.
Okay, you don't think that you might have a disconnect with men because you was raised by your dad alone?
I could potentially. I'm not saying that I couldn't but there's a difference. If I'm raised by a person and we have built a strong connection but I may not be able to ever understand what also men have going on in their heads because also I'm a woman. He's not gonna understand what I have going on in my head because I'm a woman.
The only reason why I brought that up is just because of the fact that you brought up like World War II, war on drugs, mass incarceration. That's the only reason I brought that up because you brought up how women had to raise men by themselves.
Just think about this. If I was raised by just my father, I would be able to trust men more potentially because I've seen a strong male black figure my entire life. If he was a strong, interactive, caring, and a good black father, I would be a little bit more willing to be able to trust black men.
You can also say that for a single mother.
How would a man be able to trust a woman if he was raised? How would a man be able to trust a woman if he was raised by his father? Exactly.
It depends because it depends on the type of relationship. Actually, I would say this. No, it would depend on the type of relationship that his father. No, listen. It would depend on the type of relationship that his father had, with the type of woman that he brought around his child. If
That's a tough
if
one.
a father brought positive
I feel like it's
women,
subjective, right?
I think it's 1,000% subjective because I grew up in a single parent household. I grew up around women entirely. Like my mom, all of her sisters, my grandmother. I didn't have no uncles raise me, no type of way. But I went and sought male guidance from people that, like, you know, I deemed, you know, it took me like trial and error, whatever. But eventually I found a tribe of men who are like, all right, this is what a man does. This is what men are supposed to do. So even like healthy relationships, once again, single parent household. I have friends who have like two parents, and like you were saying, you know, we trade stories like, yo, this is what it's like being in a single parent household as a kid. This is what it's like having two parents in a household, so on and so forth. So kind of just being human beings and trading, and with the intention of being a better version of yourself, not necessarily saying like I'm worse off than you because like I have these circumstances, you know what I mean? So
well, I'm gonna wrap it up there. We're gonna wrap it up there.
why y'all gassing?
All right. So thank you, Goodfellas Podcast. Y'all have been on my couch for about like 2 hours now. We've been here for too long. Thank you for the conversation.
2 hours is a regular day for us.
Yeah, see, 2 hours is not normal for me.
This is a regular.
Yeah,
can't-
one day we'll invite you into our world.
Oh, wow. Please invite me. I appreciate it.
We need to continue this conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, feel you like.
Invite us.
But hey,
I feel like you kept it calm, but it's a lot more than you want to say though. Cause I feel like I would just.
No, I said a lot. It's just that
You know what?
if you interpreted it, you did it. I did. I tried.
Not about y'all.
But wait, I want to thank Goodfellas for being on here because we really do have to wrap up at this point. I want to thank Goodfellas for being on our podcast today.
Thank you for
I want
having
to thank
us.
the wonderful audience. Thank you guys for tuning in, staying in. Thank you so much. I want to thank, like always, I give grace and abundance and love to my producer and my video editor, Eric. Give them a round of applause. I am nothing without them. Thank you so much for sticking behind me. I know Eric right now is very upset at me. Thank you, Rolly, for coming on and being my new co-host. Give Rolly a round of applause. And last but not least, let's give Monita Kai a round of applause for another Black Monday
Monita not
podcast.
here? And real
Thank
quick,
you so much.
one time for my brother Tilla,
Guys,
too,
this
best
is the
cameraman in
Shared
the
On
world.
Podcast.
Shout out for bro PM in the building though. I didn't
PM on the
see you,
inside,
bro.
too.
That was crazy, bro.
Thank you guys once again for the Shared All Podcast. My name is Joy, the Growth Coach. This is Roldy. Tune in for another podcast episode. Thank you, Goodfellas. And that's it. Thank you. See you later.